Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to So You Think You're Iconic, the movie podcast.
Yeah.
It is 2 days after Christmas for us.
Mhm.
What did you get?
Apparently I didn't get all of my gifts yet, so apparently my mom and my brother are still waiting on some gifts, but I got a lot of clothes. I got Breath of the Wild. I got a new ring. And then I got like gift cards and stuff from like my extended family.
hmm
That's about it though.
I got clothes,
Mhm.
a new pair of shoes,
Ooh.
some video games, some gift cards. I got a Starbucks gift card.
Hey.
I got a Bath and Body Works gift card that I
Mhm.
couldn't use yesterday because when I tried to go to Bath and Body Works, there was no one at the mall. But then when I got to Bath and Body Works, I found out where everyone was.
Good to you, bro. Sorry.
I've never seen a line that large to go. I've never seen a line in period like at all to go to Bath and Body Works.
Right.
But I went there. The line was gigantic, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna risk standing in line with all these people. And then I get like smushed between two people because they don't want to
Mhm.
social distance. I was like, no, I'll just go home.
Or you get in there and there's absolutely nothing in there and you're like, why
Yeah,
did I just wait an hour into this line?
because I went online. I think they stopped selling sweater weather candles because like
No way, really?
they don't even show up when you look for them. Like for other
Oh.
stuff, like it will show up, but it'll be like this item is out of stock. Like
Mm.
I looked up sweater weather, and like the candles didn't even show up.
I guess they're just exclusively like Christmas season.
They had other Christmas stuff on there though. Like I'm pissed.
I don't know.
I'm upset.
I'm upset for you. Also, we are not talking shit about you, Bath and Body Works. If
No,
you
no,
still
no,
have a
no, no.
sponsor,
This is not your fault.
this is not your fault. This is the fault of all the people that wanted to buy all of your stock out.
Yeah,
We absolutely love you.
yeah. Just be a little bit more prepared. Cause I'm coming for
Mhm.
you next year. I'm coming.
Right. Next time my annual sale, I'm coming for you.
I'll be the first one in line.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, anything else happened to you?
Um, Not really. We've just been chilling at home mostly.
I've had I had some things happen.
Oh yeah, you watched all the new movies that came out because you know somebody with HBO.
Yes, I got to watch Wonder Woman 1984 on Christmas.
Yes.
I was disappointed, but that's fine.
Which makes me sad because it looks so good in the trailer.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing. It's fine.
Also, have you seen Soul yet?
That's what we watched first. We watched that, and then we watched
Okay,
Wonder
because I
Woman.
haven't watched it yet, and one of my friends was like, "You have to watch it." I'm just all
It's
like, I know I saw some stuff on Tumblr, and I'm like,
it's
"Oh, it's
cute.
really good."
Um, I
Yes.
also
Also, don't drag me. I still use Tumblr. Please.
I go on there every once in a while.
It is a space that I have yet to leave.
At least it's not like MySpace or something. Like,
True, true, true.
I'm starting to get emails about my student loans, and I'm dying
Mm-hmm.
inside.
Same.
Joseph Biden better fix it, and he better fix it now.
Yes, yes. Where is that loan forgiveness, y'all?
My first payment isn't due until February, so come on,
Same,
Joseph. Come on,
same.
Joseph. Also, just like a little pre-intro to this movie. I got a little tipsy before I watched this movie, and it made it easier to watch.
Good for you,
So
because
if
I was drinking absolutely nothing, and I suffered through all of it. Well, actually, I was doing my nails while I was watching it
mm,
because I couldn't just watch it.
yeah, me and my cousin went to Applebee's. We picked up some stuff. You can take alcohol to go now for some reason,
Hey,
and I got a Long Island iced tea, a shark bowl, and a strawberry margarita.
that sounds good.
The strawberry margarita was very strong, so I did not
Oh,
drink
really?
it because I drank the Long Island iced tea first and then the shark bowl, and so I did not drink the margarita. But it was a fun time.
Also, welcome to day 4 of Twilight Week.
Yeah, The worst day. We've
The
made
worst
it.
day.
We've
We've
made
made
it.
it. We're almost there. And I texted Jordan while I was watching this, and I said, "This is going to be the fastest episode we've ever recorded because there's only 4 things that happen in this movie,
Mm-hmm.
and they drag it out for an hour and 50 something minutes."
Yeah, it's that long.
Yeah, it is.
It actually went by faster than the first time I watched this movie.
This is the first time I've actually sat down and watched it. I've seen the part where she dies at the end, and that's about it. So this movie went by very quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, so the movie starts off with Jacob, and he's like wolfing out because he received an invitation to Bella and Edward's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Charlie and Bella's mom also receiving invitations. What is
Also,
Bella?
that green screen that they tried to use for Florida.
Yeah,
Terrible. Her mom's name is Renee.
Renee. I'll try to remember that.
Renesmee. Come on now, dude.
Oh, her mother shows up like once every movie for like 10 seconds. Like, give me a
That's
little
true.
bit of credit.
Okay, that's true.
Okay, and then we cut to Alice, and she's trying to teach Bella how to walk in heels. Why didn't it? Brandy was like, why didn't she just get thicker heels?
True, or something with a platform.
Yeah,
It makes it so much easier.
but okay. Fashion before
Yo,
everything
it
else.
really does hurt to look that good.
And then so while she's doing this, the rest of the family is setting up for the ceremony. Bella gets sent home, and of course Edward shows up,
Of course.
even though he's supposed to be an old-fashioned person. But he
Mm-hmm.
sees the bride the night before
The
the
night
wedding.
before the wedding. I.
Okay.
Mm.
And then Edward tells Bella of how his life was when he first changed and how he killed men who were like rapists and murderers. And for some
He.
reason, he felt bad about that.
I felt like he was trying to justify his murder by being like, "I didn't kill just anybody. I only killed the bad guys."
No. He was not.
That's what I felt.
Because Bella was like, well, you probably saved more lives than you took. He was like, they were still people. And I was like, no, they weren't, but okay.
Okay, yeah, true.
Bella reassures him that he's a good person and that she still wants to be a vampire. She's like, your little story didn't deter me. Like,
Yeah, she's still on her turn me into a vampire ASAP train.
and then Emmett comes flying into the window and he's like, we're going to a bachelor party.
Mm-hmm.
Bella didn't get a bachelorette party, but
That's
like,
literally what I
okay.
said. I'm like, look, she doesn't get a bachelorette party. Lame.
Edward leaves and Bella goes to bed and has a nightmare that on her wedding day the Volturi show up for some reason, and then Edward kills all the guests.
Everybody.
The next day, while getting her hair and makeup done, Rosalie helps Bella with her hair. And Bella's parents come in and they give her something blue and old. Charlie made a joke
Yeah.
that he wanted to give her something old except for her, other than her mother. And I was like, wow, Charlie, you have a personality now?
Yeah, right. Like, you can actually joke around. You're not just, I eat at a diner and I go to work and be a bad cop all day.
Yeah. And then while waiting for the wedding, Jessica asks if Bella will be showing because who else gets married at 18?
Just saying. You're
Other than
either
you're either in the army or you're pregnant.
Yeah, you're in the services or yeah.
Those are the only two options.
Those
I'm
are the
so
only two
sorry.
options. There was one person that I knew, and he joined. I don't know, maybe I think
The armed
he
forces.
was 20, and he just got married this year to his girlfriend, who is 19.
Yay.
And I'm like, y'all, how did you make that big decision?
Oh no, I just thought of a third option. You're like
Third
you're like extremely religious. That's the third
yeah.
option.
Yeah, but you usually find them in college. So early 20s when you get married.
Yeah.
Not 18. It's
Uh,
still young no matter what.
yeah.
I have a bunch of friends who got married this year last year, and I'm just like,
Okay.
y'all just barely graduated college or haven't even graduated yet, and y'all are getting married.
I I'm still looking for a job. I know you are.
Right. I'm
Like,
still
come
looking
on.
for a job. We started a podcast because we needed
Bored.
something to do.
Yeah, come on.
We have nothing in our lives, yo. We have been single for a long time.
And so Charlie walks Bella down the aisle, and Bella literally looks like she wants to run away.
She literally looks like she's about to hurl the
Yeah.
whole time. I'm like, girl, do you not want to be here? Like, y'all wanted this. Also, I was tricked into thinking that 1,000 Years played during the wedding scene.
No. It plays during the end of the second movie.
No, it
What?
plays during the end of this movie.
It does?
Yes, it does.
I don't remember.
And I'm angry because if you had to watch all of the end credits, it's literally the last song that plays in this movie. Like, who heard it? No one is staying the whole
No
time.
one. Literally, as soon as the credits went up, I turned off the movie. Like, I was like,
Oh wait,
okay.
so you didn't see the end credit scene?
There's an end credit scene?
Yeah.
Tell me about it when we get to the end of the movie.
Okay. Dang, this isn't even my movie, and I have more info than you do right now.
Because I didn't care.
True.
And so Edward and Bella make their vows and they get married.
And I'm just saying, they whispered their vows to each other.
Yeah, I'm sure nobody heard them.
Like, I understand that this is an intimate moment between y'all, but usually there's a microphone there so everyone else can hear what's going on. And even me watching the movie, I could barely understand what was going on. I'm like, y'all are literally whispering to each other.
So at the reception, Billy and the other members of the pack congratulate Bella, and Jacob isn't there. Some of the Cullens, quote unquote, family from Alaska come, and one named Irina decides to leave because she sees Seth there and other wolves, and she's like, they killed Laurent. Apparently they were together. That was never established.
Yeah. Also, I feel like I've seen the actress who plays Irina before.
She's from those Taken movies. Oh, she's the daughter.
Okay. Also, yeah, there is no evidence of Irina and Laurent being together. Like, at all.
But they love to give us exposition.
Right. Like, why wasn't she with Laurent then when he was off doing his little thing with James and Victoria? Like,
who knows? Because Laurent drank human blood and she didn't. So I was very confused.
I don't know.
Okay, and so we have a multitude of terrible toasts by Emmett, Jessica, Charlie, Alice, Bella's mom. Esme comes up. She gives a pretty good toast. And then Edward gives a very romantic speech.
I feel like the only one that I really liked out of them was Emmett. Because he was funny. And then Esme because she was really nice.
Emmett's was so funny. He made a joke about her never sleeping again.
Yeah. And like, I love the double meaning because she'll be a vampire soon and she won't have to sleep at all, but also like they're about to bang, so they're never gonna sleep.
And then Bella and Edward go for a walk, and Jacob is there, and he congratulates them. Edward gives them some time alone, and the two dance. And while dancing, Bella tells Jake that they are going on their honeymoon, and he freaks out because he thinks that sex with Edward will kill her.
Which,
how does he have any knowledge of what that will do?
Yeah, I like, y'all say y'all know about vampires, but you're a werewolf. Shouldn't you know about your anatomy first, and then maybe nothing about vampires? Or is this like?
Wait until we get to Breaking Dawn. Wait until we get to. I don't remember it's this movie or Breaking Dawn Part 2, but there's a part where I'm like, how would you know that?
You'll have to tell me.
I'll have to tell you. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
And so Bella says her goodbyes to everyone, and her and Edward fly off to Brazil.
Also, why would you take a night flight? Like, aren't y'all tired from your wedding?
I mean, Edward isn't.
Edward isn't, but Bella is. Anyway.
And so in Brazil, the two stop at a street party and make out and dance, and it's very awkward. And then there's like
Also, the
a
fact that like after she gets married, like there's this whole thing throughout all the other movies that like she's not a girly girl, so she doesn't wear a dress. And then immediately after she marries Edward, all
she's
she
wearing like
wears is
nothing but
basically
dresses.
dresses and heels. And I'm just like, girl, what? Like you just complained like 3 days, the day before your wedding about having to wear heels to
And
your
now
own
it's all
wedding.
she wears.
And now that's all you wear.
Heels and heeled boots. All she wears
Yes,
from now
all
on.
she wears.
And so then we have a very abrupt jump cut to a boat. Like it's literally like
Yeah.
they're mid dance, and then all of a sudden we're at a
Yeah,
boat.
and then they're at a boat.
It was very jarring.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Edward takes them to the Collins' private island, Isle Esme. How much money
Also,
do these people have?
honestly, like he buys an island for them, but also Edward is driving a boat at night with no lights on.
Yeah.
Like, does he have night vision or something that like Stephanie Meyer forgot to tell us that vampires can
There's a
see at
movie
night?
fact
Or
that I didn't put in my movie facts,
mm-hmm.
so I'll just tell it now.
Okay.
What's his name? Robert Pattinson. He crashed that boat a lot.
Yeah, I saw that in the movie.
He crashed that boat a lot. They probably should have put some lights on that boat.
They really should have, or they should have just gotten somebody to tug it or something.
Or like had someone, like we didn't even actually see a double.
They literally show him starting the boat and then maybe going a little bit away from the dock, and then it's just the big shot of them going to the island.
Yeah. And so they get there. It's really nice.
It is very nice.
Edward's like, I want to go for a swim.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bella goes through like a 90-step routine to get ready for sex for the first time.
Also, you cannot convince me that a girl that was worried about her wedding going correctly did not shave her legs and prep herself the day of to have sex with her husband. Like, you cannot convince me that she did not.
But how long is a flight to Brazil from Washington?
I have no idea, but I'm just saying she would have waxed her legs or something. She would have shaved. She would have prepped herself, and then maybe she would have needed a shower when she got to the island.
Which is the only thing she didn't do.
She did not. Right? You see her shaving her legs, but not actually in the shower. And I'm just like, girl, you threw water on your arms, and you think that's good enough? Like,
I mean, she's about to go into the salty ocean. I think she'll be fine.
I didn't know she was about to get into the ocean with him, but like
I didn't either.
Like,
I thought she was just going to be like laying on the bed when he got back, but she wasn't. And so she goes outside to meet him in the water. The two go inside and they do the dirty. Edward breaks the bed, literally. Like we wake up the next morning and the bed is like in pieces.
The room is a mess. Also, like, he doesn't like break the bed because he's like a sexual god or anything. It's just because he's super strong.
Yes, but Bella is still alive. So
yeah, he is still alive. She's still alive.
So there goes
that.
Can
I just ask, does this man even get hard?
We've mentioned this in another. I feel like it was the Eclipse episode, because I think I talked about how you need blood flow and they don't have blood flow.
Yeah. So how did any of this happen?
Sheer luck.
Literally a miracle.
And then we have montages of them having sex.
Also, can I just say, I'm still on this like whole hate Edward train. This man did not wait for her to wake up the next morning. She had to wake up in bed alone. Y'all are married, aren't y'all in love?
He needed to go eat.
I know, but he couldn't have done it in the middle of the night when she was asleep, or like, he has night vision apparently.
Who knows?
And she saw like, and like the fact that like she goes to the bathroom after and she like looks at herself and she's like, I'm a changed woman. I'm not a virgin anymore. And then like when Edward gets back, she's like, I can't imagine it getting any better than that. Girl, you had vanilla sex once. What
Yeah.
do you know? I'm sorry. I'm going way too hard into this, but like it just bothered me to no end.
And then, yeah, when he gets back, he like notices that she has bruises all over her body, and then
Mhm.
he's like, no, we're done.
Yeah, yeah. And she's
And
like,
then,
no, 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 I can take it. Like, girl, you have bruises everywhere. That is
and
not
then
normal.
she tries to talk him back into it,
Mm-mm.
but he's too worried, and so they start preoccupying their time with like chess,
Yeah, they play chess on
swimming,
their honeymoon.
hiking.
Like, I can see the swimming and the hiking because that's nice. But like
The
chess,
the the entire time Bella is trying to seduce him.
yeah, she's just a horn dog. She's literally just she puts on all of her lingerie.
Yes.
She like
She
sleeps in
literally,
weird
yeah,
positions.
she sleeps with like her butt out. It's funny.
Like, I know your back is hurting, girl. Just relax and go to bed.
Right? Please just lay down. And so one night, Bella literally begs him.
She really does, though. She begs him.
And then they have sex. And then, meanwhile, Jacob is back at home contemplating what will happen when Bella becomes a vampire. He's like, will I kill her? Maybe. And then back at the island, Bella and Edward meet a housekeeper that Edward says suspects that Edward is a vampire.
Also, how rude of them to not like pick up their room. Like
Yeah.
they literally
They
just
had stuff
left.
everywhere.
They left the bedroom just in shambles. Like they didn't even attempt to like clean up anything.
No. The
That's so
housekeeper
rude.
the housekeeper had to bring a handyman because he probably had to
Mm-hmm.
fix the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And then so the next day, Bella starts making chicken with peanut butter,
Also, that chicken looked raw
raw.
as fuck, dude. What the hell?
She
Does she
cooked
not
it
know
for
how to
like
cook?
three. She cooked it. She doesn't eat meat. She's a vegetarian
Then why was she eating it?
because she's pregnant. And she had a
True,
craving because
true.
who
But
else?
like, she barely cooked the chicken.
But then she gets ill from eating this ungodly combination of
Yeah,
food.
honestly, it's probably not the morning sickness. It's
Like,
probably just the chicken.
yeah, the uncooked chicken and then
The
mixing it with
uncooked
peanut
chicken.
butter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she probably didn't even wash her chicken. She probably just like took it out the bags, like this is fine.
She did. You saw
Slapped it.
her.
Did she?
She did not wash that chicken. She literally
Okay,
opened
see,
up
yeah,
the bag
just
and put it in.
slapped it in a pan and was like, "This is fine."
Yeah. Meanwhile, Simonella is like
Yeah,
ravishing her
yeah,
body.
like girl, you're not pregnant. You're just you're just slowly dying right now. You're sick.
And then Bella starts to realize that she hasn't had her period, even though they got there like 2 days ago.
Yes, yes, and like honestly, like you freak out when you don't have your period, like in the first couple days. But like, how many? Like, when was your period supposed to get here, honey? The day before?
Right? Like, calm down. I was
Like,
like, you've been here for 2 days. Please calm down.
right? Like, it's okay. You can freak out later when it's been a week or two. Then you can freak out.
And then right when she realized she hasn't had her period, Alice calls. It's like, I
Mm.
saw something, but I don't know what I saw.
Also, can I just say they've been in Brazil this whole time on their secret island, and Edward has not glimmered once.
No. This entire movie, they forget about glimmering.
Honestly, they glimmer once, and it's the next movie.
Mm-hmm.
Once.
Yes.
Like they bring it back just for Bella.
Yeah, just for Bella, for
Just
that
for Bella
one
and Cass.
moment.
This is it.
And then Carlisle is like, hey, y'all need to come home. And Edward immediately starts packing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the housekeeper comes to check to see if Bella is still alive. And then she like touches Bella's stomach and then she just says death. And I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what that meant.
I don't know. Maybe
Neither did anyone
because
else
there's a
because
demon in there. I don't know.
who knows? Because Edward kicked it into high gear.
Mm-hmm.
They go to a private airport, or
Yeah.
was it?
Yeah.
Sure.
That was definitely a private plane.
And then before they get on the plane, for some reason, Bella calls Rosalie.
But like, I understand why she calls Rosalie, because Rosalie wanted a family, so of course Rosalie is going to protect whatever's in her.
But Rosalie's never had a baby. That was a useless call.
But she wanted one. She wanted a whole family, so I understand why she did it. Like
I
Rosalie has that motherly instinct. And I
sure.
swear to you that like, Rosalie like raised Renesmee for like the
Oh,
first
I mentioned
couple
that.
months of her
I
life.
I mentioned that in my notes of the second one. I was like, do Bella and Edward raise their child? Because it
No,
looks like
I think they literally just
Rosalie
like
and
come
Jacob
by
do.
every once in a while and they're like, "Hey, honey, I love you. We're
Right?
gonna go out." And then like Rosalie and Jacob just literally raise her themselves.
Yes. How is it that two people who don't like each other are raising your child better than you and your husband?
Right, and y'all are supposed to be in love, and that was like your miracle child.
Yeah. And so back at the reservation, Jacob learns that Charlie got a call from Bella that she's sick and still in Brazil. And
Mm.
so he goes over to the Cullen house because he's like, oh my gosh, she's dead.
Mm.
And he sees that she's still human, but she's pregnant.
And
And
she
then
already looks half dead.
yeah, and then he immediately is like, take it out.
Yeah, immediately. Just like, nah, just
But Bella's like,
that's not right.
no, I'm keeping it, even though
Mm-hmm.
it's literally draining all the life out of my body.
Yeah, like you're literally dying.
And then Edward and Jacob go out to talk, and Edward asks him to make her change her mind
Hmm.
because fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. Yeetus
Uh,
the fetus, yo.
and
Sorry.
then I don't really remember. I was tipsy. So,
I'll
um,
fill in the gaps. It's fine.
did he say that if Bella dies, that Jacob could kill him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like, and if that doesn't work, then like, and Edward's like, if Jacob's like, if it doesn't work, then what do I do? He's all like, then you're gonna have to kill me. And
Okay.
Jacob's like, I 100%, let's go.
Right. He's like, I win either way. Let's do
Right.
this.
I win either way. I get Bella in the end. Let's go.
And so Jacob tries to talk her out of it, but Bella's like, no, keep me my baby. He begs her not to and to live. And she's like, no, everything's going to be fine. Like, I'm going to have this baby. Like, everything's going to be fine.
I already look like skin and bones. It's fine. It's a new diet regimen. I look great.
she's in
It's not the baby at all.
she's in complete denial. She looks like she's 8 months pregnant, and she's probably like a week and a half pregnant.
Honestly, though, and then she weighs what, like 80 pounds, like soaking wet.
Yeah,
She's
there's
literally just a sack of bones by the end of this pregnancy. How she
bones
makes
and
it
a
all?
bones and a baby. Like, that's all it is.
That's it.
And so Jacob gets upset. He kicks his motorcycle
Which
and
is a waste, by the way.
and then turns
That's
into
a
a
nice bike.
wolf. And while he's like running through the woods, he has like visions of something. Like, it wasn't very clear.
I think it was like the wolf telepathy thing going on.
Ah, okay.
I think they were trying to show that he was in he was in his feels so much that he was projecting very loudly,
Okay. Well,
and everyone else was picking up on it.
either way, he's like he meets up with the wolves,
Mm.
and like Sam is like, we need to kill Bella. He's like, I'm sorry, Jacob, but like we don't know nothing about that baby. We don't do babies in this household. And
And like Jacob is like, you can't kill her though because she's human, and he's right.
right, he's like, I don't care.
Right, like y'all are really trying to protect your treaty, or you're at this point you've thrown the treaty out,
Yeah.
and you're prepared to kill Bella, who's still a human. She's not even a vampire.
Well, Jacob's not having it. He stands
Mm-hmm.
up to Sam. He's like, I'm the real alpha. But
Mm-hmm.
then he like doesn't take over the pack. He just like runs off by himself.
I know he has a total lone wolf moment, and I'm like I get it, but
Well, that lone
why?
wolf moment lasted for like 10 seconds because Seth comes out and
Seth, my little supportive baby.
he's like, I'm with you, Jacob. I don't want to kill Bella.
He's
And
the
then,
most unproblematic wolf.
yes. And then Leah comes and she's like, well, if Seth's here, I got to be here. He's my brother.
Also, she's like, it really sucks being in a pack with my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
low.
She's like, I'd like to not hear his thoughts all the time. Like,
Yeah.
let's do something else.
Like he dumped me. I don't want to be in like 100 feet of him ever again.
And then Leah tells Jacob what Sam's plot is. And then Jacob relays it to the Cullens. And now the Cullens are trapped inside of their house. Because if they go out, the
Yay.
wolves will kill them.
Yes, they
Why
will.
why they why the wolves don't go inside the house? Who knows?
Right. Like they literally could just walk. Wait, is it like the whole territory thing? But
But they
wait, if
threw
it's
out
their
the treaty.
property. Yeah, okay, so yeah. Why
So
didn't they just go in at this
it
point?
didn't make any sense to me. And so Edward starts to look up immortal children and gets horrifying results, while Bella is doing terribly because the baby is like breaking her bones and like sucking all the nutrition out of her body.
Yo, later on when she just snaps in half.
I literally had to turn off the sound because I knew it was coming, and I was like, nope, I can't hear it.
Dude,
I can't.
I didn't even know it was coming. I just see her like fold like a lawn chair, and I'm
I
like,
probably should have warned you.
I literally couldn't watch. I just literally just focused on doing my nails at that point because I was like, I will not watch this.
But
Whatever's
imagine
going
seeing
on.
it on a giant screen in a movie theater
Yo,
with like
right.
surround sound. I was
Yeah.
traumatized.
You just hear bone. You just hear her snap in half, and then
And
you
then
can't
like
like cover your eyes because then you'll just hear all of it.
and then her back, like the way it bent, I can still remember it. And I didn't even watch it when I watched this movie again.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. She literally. It's not like she folds forward. She just bent. It's like her lower back just bends backward, and I'm like,
And then she
uh.
starts like gasping. It was bad.
Yeah, because like her back is broken, bro. Like.
And then one night they realize that the baby might want blood. And so they give Bella some blood and she finds it delicious. Did you see Jasper when Carlisle was like, I have some O negative in the fridge
Yo,
for
he
Bella?
looked betrayed. He was like, "You have what?
He was like, you have what?
And you've been hiding it from me for this long?"
He was like, I haven't had human blood in like 200 years. What are you talking about? You had blood in the fridge?
He was literally about to fight Carlisle. He's like, "I don't care, yo. I will drink it." Also, the fact that they put it in like a to-go like cup with a straw, and they're like, "This will make it easier." Like, I still know what's in there.
It was weird because he like dipped it into like a regular cup and then he
Yeah,
put it into the
and
to-go
then he put
cup.
it. Like, y'all are just wasteful out here. Like, I know y'all don't like drink or like use any of your glassware or any of your plates, but like,
It was probably to hide the fact that it wasn't blood because when she drank it out of the to-go cup, like it didn't look like blood at all. Like it was like super dark. It looked like a chocolate milkshake.
yeah, that is true. But like, you also know what's in it. Like, they told you they're giving you blood. If they like didn't tell you, then maybe that would have been better.
Yeah. And so Bella's happy. She's going around the house, is drinking blood. Let's see. One day Charlie calls Bella and she tells him that she's going to a medical center in Switzerland. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, he just accepts that real quick.
For like 2 seconds, he's like, no.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'm fine. He's like, oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's like, no, you're not going to Switzerland, blah, 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 blah. She's like, but I feel okay though. And he's like, oh, you do sound a little bit better. That's fine.
Yeah. He's like,
Yeah, and
yeah.
then she changes her story too. She says that she's going to a spa.
Yeah. She's like, no,
And
no,
then
no. It's
and then
really a
he's like,
spa.
and then he's like, all right, that's cool. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah. Bad father.
Bad father.
And so after the call, Edward is able to hear the baby's thoughts. But he still thinks the baby is a boy for some reason.
How did he hear the thoughts? How is the baby having thoughts?
Who knows? I was just all caught up at the fact that he still thought the baby was a boy,
It's a
even though he
boy.
could read its thoughts. I was like, sir, no.
Right. Like,
I was like,
at
I
this
know babies don't get the concept of gender, but like,
yeah, but like at this point, if it can differentiate what your voice and her voice is and can think that they like both of them.
yeah. He's like the baby says he loves us. I was like, how?
Yeah, like how do you know that? Like, what is going on? Like, I understand that Renesmee is like some like superhuman growing fast thing, but like,
And then and then so let's not even talk about that. And so Edward and the rest of the family are like, we need to get more blood for Bella. But they're like, we can't leave. And instead of sending Jacob to go get the blood, they do this dumb thing where Jacob goes out and he confronts Sam in his back and he's like, take back Leah and
and
Seth
Seth.
as a distraction so that Carlisle, Emmett, and Esme can go get blood.
Right, like Jacob can wander freely. Like I get that he's the only line of defense, but he could have either sent Seth or Leia to do it. Leah, sorry about
Leah?
Leia.
Leia? Sure.
Leah to do it, because like at this point Seth will do whatever Jacob asks, and Leah would just like begrudgingly go too. So why didn't he just ask them?
Yeah, that would have been so much easier.
It would have been so much easier.
And so Jacob comes back and Bella's back breaks as she goes into labor. Rosalie cuts open Bella with no morphine.
Yeah, and no medical experience, by the way.
No
She literally
medical.
just cuts this like her stomach open, and I'm just like, girl.
Right. I was like, do you know if you're doing this correctly? Did you like
Right.
clean the area before you
Also,
cut?
why is no one going to get Carlisle?
Who knows? That's why I was even more upset. I was like, wow, now Carlisle, the only person with medical expertise, is gone.
Right.
That
Also,
was...
like the fact that Bella was able to fold like a lawn chair and hit the floor before any of the vampires were quick enough to catch her.
Who knows?
How is that possible?
And then so after Rosalie cuts open Bella, she gets some blood on her hands and then she has to get dragged out.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, no one in this family except for Edward and Carlisle have any self-control.
Yeah.
Even though most of them have never even had human blood.
Right. And they're not even in the youngling phase, so why is it affecting them as much? Like Jasper, I understood.
Yeah, like
He's the newest.
And he's had human blood. Like,
And
I
he's had
get it.
human blood before. Like I get it. But like everyone else though, like y'all.
And then so Edward like bites Bella to like open up her stomach. I didn't understand that.
I didn't either. It literally looks like he's eating her.
Yeah. It was unsettling. And then the baby is born. And then Bella names it Renesmee.
Yes.
I would have been like, sweetie, you're delirious. Like, go take a nap.
But she already picked the baby. Oh, but well, she was picking the baby names though when she was like.
But she thought it was gonna be a boy. That's why I was like, we can come back to that. We can come
also,
back
the fact that she thought Edward Jacob would have been a good name.
Yeah.
Just pick one.
She is not good at names.
She really isn't. And I mean, she does like 2 interactions with Renesmee anyway in the next movie, and like, are you a good mother at this point?
She's not. And so after giving birth, Bella stops breathing and Jacob starts performing CPR. And then Edward's like, hold the baby. And Jacob's like, no.
Yeah, he's like, I ain't about it.
And so Rosalie comes back in. She's like composed herself. She's like, I'll take the baby, even though it's literally covered in blood. She's like,
right.
I can. She's like, I can do it now.
Right, and half human, by the way. Like,
yeah,
she can tell.
And I was like, oh, okay.
She just licks the blood off of her.
But she was fine. Like she cleans up the baby and she like goes into like the study. Like she's fine. And then so Edward like gets like this giant like 18 gauge needle and like jams venom into her like heart. And it doesn't work. And after a failed attempt at CPR, Jacob runs out and starts crying.
Yeah.
But like Edward's like, I'm not giving up. He literally bites every inch of her body.
Like, you know she's dead. Why is biting her multiple times going to work?
Plus, you already put venom directly into her heart.
Yeah. Like, at this point, you're just making her turn that much more excruciating because she has so much more venom in her body now.
I'm just like, dude, what makes you think the bite on her ankle is going to change her faster than the venom that's went
Right. Or
directly into her heart?
into her heart, or the one that's on her thigh. Like, come on, yo. Like, this is
Well, either way, it starts to work.
yeah. Either way.
And then, although Bella isn't showing physical signs, like I guess it looked like they were trying to tell us that internally she was in
She was
extreme
alive.
pain.
Yeah. Because like they show her like writhing in pain, and then like we zoom out of her forehead, and it's just her like still on
Yeah,
the table, like dead faced.
yeah. And then
But
so,
like if her heart has stopped beating, she's dead, so she can't go through excruciating pain.
yeah. I,
Her change should have been effortless.
I mean, honestly, the only thing still alive after your heart starts beating is your brain, and that's only for like a couple more minutes. So, yeah. And so Jacob goes inside because he wants to kill Renesmee. But as
Yeah.
soon as he sees that
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 horrifying child.
horrifying face, he's like, I'm imprinting.
Also, like that can't be legal.
It
Like
can't.
I get that they're supernatural like beings, but that
uh,
cannot be legal.
no.
That
And
can and like we didn't even know at that moment that like she was gonna grow so fast. So
yeah.
like the youngest Jacob could have made a move on that child. It would have been he would have been in his late 30s.
Yeah.
He would have almost been 40 for it to have ever been any inch of legal.
Yeah. And I think it's still weird because literally he raised her.
It
So
is weird.
it's a very Woody Allen. Is that his name?
Yes.
It's a very Woody Allen situation, and I'm not here for it.
This is very Sweet Home Alabama kind of like.
Yeah, no.
Also, at this point, I was like, "Well, Edward, say hi to your son-in-law," because, oops.
And so the wolves come and they start like attacking.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like the Cullens are about to lose.
Mm-hmm.
But then Jacob comes out. He's like, I imprinted on this baby. You
Yeah.
need to leave.
Yeah. And then Edward's like, "We're protected now because that's like one of their ancient laws that they cannot
Even
break."
though Jacob is no longer a part of their pack.
Yeah.
I
Like
was,
at this point, y'all could just kill him because he's a lone wolf. He doesn't have any power
yeah.
here.
And so the next day, we watch as Bella's body like slowly starts to heal itself and she becomes a vampire while we see like a montage of her life. And then we hear
Yeah, her
her,
life literally flashes before her eyes.
and then we see her last heartbeat
Mm-hmm.
coupled in with like a visual of like all the venom like taking over all of the blood in her body.
Mm-hmm.
And then the film ends with her opening her eyes and they're red. I have a little thing about that first. So
Mm.
in Eclipse, they mentioned that what are they called? Newborns
Mm-hmm.
are stronger because they have a hint of like human blood. They still have like human blood left in their system.
Mm-hmm.
And that visual, it implied that Bella had no more human blood in her body.
Yeah, it literally showed like the venom just eating everything in her body.
Yeah,
She
until
literally showed the last like blood drop being eaten by the venom.
yeah, there's no consistency with this
Really?
franchise.
Or
Well, either
maybe they could probably explain it away by saying she was bit so many times that like the venom was like spat up or something and it just ate all the blood.
but in the next movie, she's still stronger than like Emmett because
Well,
she's
they
a
did say that
newborn.
they are stronger for the next like first 7 months, right?
But that's because of the blood in her, the human blood in their body.
No
See,
continuity. No
no
continuity.
continuity,
But
especially when it comes to like glimmering in the sunlight. So, are you ready for the movie
wait,
facts?
no, I have to tell you the end credit scene that you
Oh
didn't
yes,
see.
what is the end credit scene?
So, we are at the Volturi, and there's a woman, like one of their human assistants, walking in with a letter. Um, and it basically says that there is a new addition to the Cullen family, and they take it like, oh, it's Bella, but it's not. And it's like it's Carlisle's like, hey, we have a new addition to the family, blah blah blah, and they're like, all right. and then like he kills his assistant because she spells Carlisle wrong and she has bad grammar.
I get
And
it.
then
I
and
get
then
it.
the two brothers, or one of them is his brother, I don't remember. But
It's the one with the blonde hair.
yeah, the blonde guy. He's all like, so we're okay with the Cullens. We don't have to fight them anymore. And Arrow's like, no. My problem is not because they did not change Bella in time. It's just like I have a personal grudge with him. It goes deeper than that. And then that's where the movie ends.
Okay. I didn't need to watch that. I'm
You
good.
really didn't. You really didn't. But
I
I
didn't.
just stayed because like I wanted to see if they actually did put 1,000 years in the movie. And then I was like, Christina Perri deserves better because they put her song at the last part of the movie and no one's gonna be there to see
She's
it.
fine. The royalty check she's
Yeah,
gotten.
like I'm like at this point it pays off because everyone and their mother played it at their wedding. So it's fine.
Okay, so the first fact. It
Mhm.
took 3 hours to apply all of the makeup special effects to Kristen Stewart to
To make her
create
look dead.
to make her look emancipated. Yes.
Uh,
Emaciated. Wow, why did I say emancipated? Emaciated. Sorry.
Emaciated. Yeah, she's never needed to be emancipated.
Those are two very different words.
Yes, two very different concepts.
Ara would kill me. um and so yeah, and then any effects they couldn't do with makeup, they did digitally.
Mhm.
And then a puppet and a real 3-week-old baby were used for the birth scene. And
A
then when they,
puppet.
yeah, and then when they take out the baby, you know how it's like covered in blood? It's actually strawberry jam and cream cheese.
Oh, that's weird.
Because like they could put like fake blood on a baby. What if it accidentally like licked its lips?
That is true, but like I wouldn't have thought of that like combo.
Yeah, weird combo, but it worked. Uh, Jacob first enters the Cullen house. When he first enters the house to see Bella, she's wrapped
Mhm.
in a quilt, and this is the
And it's the
same
quilt from her mom,
from
right?
Eclipse. Yes,
Hmm.
this is my favorite.
Okay.
So during the birth scene, Bella's body was prosthetic from the shoulders down.
Oh.
And then so there was like an opening at the bottom of the table where Kristen Stewart just put her head in. And then they had somebody else at the other end of the table that would like move the body.
Ooh, that's weird.
Yes. So is this movie iconic?
No, I don't think it's like it's it's the boringest movie of this line. Like I
Oh,
guess it might be
absolutely.
iconic. It
It's
it might be iconic because Bella and Edward finally end up together, but
no,
like
no, no.
I
It's
wasn't
just
really
most.
rooting for them anyway.
This is most definitely the worst.
It's
It's
not as iconic to me. Like all the others, they have like something about them that's like the focal point, and the only focal point about this is that she gets married and then she's dying.
yeah, not
Like,
iconic, y'all.
yeah, sorry y'all.
Don't do it.
Don't you really could just skip this movie.
Really, you wouldn't lose any plot
You wouldn't lose any plot.
because literally at the beginning of part two, they explain the
They
imprinting
explain
thing.
every yeah. They explain how she's still alive.
They
Um,
explain the imprinting.
they explain the imprinting. They explain Renesmee. Like,
Yeah, you're fine.
if
Skip
you
this
really wanted
movie.
to watch it, just watch it for the wedding, and then you can just like end the movie there.
Yeah. So, do you have any recommendations?
I do. I'm going to recommend Christina Perri, the girl who did 1,000 years, because she does actually have other music than that,
Does
and it's
she?
really good. It is. Yes. She has other music. It's really nice.
She'll never
Also,
top that song, though.
I mean, I feel like that song is overplayed for me. So whenever I do, like, I have to hear it every once in a while because then I'm like, I remember how like nice the song is. But if I hear it too much, I'm just like, oh, it's that vampire movie song. I also want to recommend for those of y'all who get cold out there, fleece lined leggings or fleece lined pants. I got some for Christmas. They are changing my life. They're so soft. I am always warm.
Oh,
I feel like I never want to take them off. They're
oh,
freaking amazing.
love fleece. My onesie has fleece in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was literally sweating all Christmas. I was like, like I would like unzip it.
But yeah, dude, fleece lined like pants or leggings, they feel amazing. Those are
Okay.
my recommendations.
For me, my first one is Chloe and Halle's Ungodly Hour.
Mm.
Get into it before they win their Grammys.
Yes. Say do it so you can be that person that was like, I was there when.
Yes. Just listen to the hits. Listen to Forgive Me, Do It, Busy Boy. You'll love your life. Do it.
Yes.
And then my second one is, did you know they have Mario Kart on the iPhone?
Yes.
Love it. Amazing. Everyone get it. It's so much
Yeah.
fun.
It is so much fun.
Do that. So thank you for listening. This was probably a very short episode.
Yeah, honestly, I'm looking at like the time and I feel like there's like 40 minutes of this episode.
Oh well.
Oh well.
That's what happens when there's no plot.
Really though.
Um so don't forget to follow us on our social media. We have a Twitter and
Hmm.
an Instagram. They're both at SYTYI Podcast. Don't forget to send us your movie request and your stories. Send us some
Yeah.
stories.
Tell us how much you hate the CGI baby.
Oh my gosh, please do. I could write like a novella
In
about
this
how
essay,
much
I will.
in this essay I will clown Renesmee. Our email is sytyi podcast@gmail.com. Also, do not forget to share us with your friends and your family.
Yeah.
Subscribe to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. Also, do not forget to wear your mask.
Yes. Remember to wash it too.
Yes, and your hands.
And your hands.
And stay iconic.
Stay iconic, y'all.
Goodbye.
Bye.